The Blind Night. Hey, Jesse, how we doing?
Good, but I never really paid attention to the intro. And with these headphones on, it sounds like you're in my brain. So please get out of my head.
I don't think I'd want to be in your head. There's all kinds of like, oh, there's Barney the dinosaur. And what are you doing to Baby Bob? That's just sick, dude.
When I was a
That
kid,
is that is just sick.
I would never do such things. When I was a kid, though, I was probably like 10 when Barney came out, but my claim to fame was that I could imitate the Baby Bop voice.
Oh, I thought that's what you did all the time. My
No.
bad. That's
I want to have an NPC with that voice now that I have to figure that out.
uh but everything going pretty good other than being cold up there.
It's the weather is crazy here. So this weekend we had a winter storm. It was about 20 some degrees. It's going up to 60 today. It's or 50 today and 60 later in the week. It's like Pennsylvania weather is insane.
Check this out. Uh Saturday we had winds here at the house roughly 40 to 50 mile an hour.
Yeah, we had that. That was winds were crazy.
30 minutes or so away, a friend of mine had them up to 60 to 70.
Holy! Oh,
Um,
you mean you have friends?
oh yeah, I had to pay them, but I have them.
70 that's insane though. That's like hurricane force almost, isn't it?
Yeah, I think hurricanes actually start at what 100. I'd have to look it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be right.
And I'm sure some of our wonderful, wonderful listeners are probably like,
Well, actually, the hurricane winds are technically.
and just in case you're wondering, yes, we probably are really making fun of you, but you know, it's out of fun, you know, just because we make fun of everybody. We don't want to treat you any different.
I don't think there's anyone I haven't ever made fun of, to be honest. Like, there's no one in my life, like, obviously teachers and stuff like that, but I don't think there's any friend or anybody that I haven't made fun of.
Uh, can be a good thing, can be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But Saturday had something in all of that powerful wind hit the pipes on my well pump. I live, you know, out in the country, so I don't get city water. I use well water.
Mm.
Well, it cracked the pipe, and I
Oh.
mean, and guess what? I'm blind, so I didn't know it was spraying. My roommate was gone, so he couldn't tell me it was spraying. You know, and
It's probably something you wouldn't hear either because you're in the house.
well, I mean, I can walk out there, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not right here at me, and
Right. There'd be no reason to walk out.
right. Um, so found out that it was leaking. Well, in fixing it, it cracked another pipe,
Oh, God.
supposedly. Uh, I think it was probably cracked already, you know, and just moving it, like dislodged it and let you know,
Yeah.
find that it was cracked. Well, that one broke. And of course, I lived like 15 minutes or so from town. So every time we had to go get something, it was a good 15 minutes. And gas is like $4 and something a
Yep.
gallon.
Gas is a
Yeah.
bitch now.
So it was definitely a Saturday that, like I said, it was cold. It was like, I think 45 degrees with,
Not
with,
good weather to work in.
right, with 50 to, you know, roughly miles an hour wind. And that's the thing. I'm not sure how it is like living in the city or not, but living out in the country, if something's going to mess up in the wintertime, it's going to be your water
Yeah.
because you
Yep.
get wet and you get cold.
Right.
If it messes up in the summer, 9 times out of 10, it's your air conditioner,
Yeah.
you know, but we
Or
got
in
it
the
fixed.
another thing here in the winter is your furnace.
What's a furnace?
You don't know what a furnace is?
Oh, I know what one is. We just call them heaters down here in the South. We're civilized.
Well, the heater to me would be something you plug in. A furnace is something that's like in your basement or in your wherever. I
See,
guess you guys don't have basement. Where would you put a furnace heater?
I'd put a heater like in front of me where it will warm me up.
Oh, so you don't actually have like furnaces, like giant fucking things that
Um, Not here at my house, and nobody down here I know of because
I
I mean
never.
it's
Wow, I
like
never knew that.
wet down here. I mean it's not
Okay.
like sopping water, but
Yeah,
you know,
I never even thought of that.
we have like central heating units, like your air
Yeah, like where would you?
conditioner.
Yeah, we don't have scent, but where would you put that?
Well, it's usually connected with your air conditioning
Oh, okay,
unit.
okay. Huh.
Um, but see, I don't run central air or heat in my house because not folks. It's cheaper to cool one room than it is to cool your entire house. Cool the room
I've
you're
al-
in.
I've always grown up with like the window air conditioners that just
Uh
cool
huh.
one room. So
But
like
you know
that's
what's? Oh man, they're so freaking loud though.
I like that though. See,
Oh
it
oh
relaxes me. So
yeah.
I
I don't disagree with you, but like trying to watch TV, you got to turn your
Oh
TV
yeah,
up.
oh I hate that. The, the worst was like at nighttime if I'd be watching TV and everybody'd be sleeping like in my parents' house.
Yeah.
And you can never have the TV volume loud enough because you didn't want to have it loud because they're sleeping, but you can't fucking hear.
Yep.
So thankfully almost everything's on the phone now. So I would just throw in my AirPods if I was still living there.
But like here, we'll be sitting in the living room watching, a ball game. Thank you, MLB and Players Association, for
It's about
agreeing.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. But we were sitting out watching the ball game, and like, oh man, we can hear it pretty good. The air's running, but like it's just a fan,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, like,
Yeah.
trying to cool it off.
The the worst the worst thing to me with that is like you turn it up so you can hear the game and it's like, okay, it's a good volume now, and then the fucking commercials come on 100,000
And yes, blast your
decibel.
eardrums
Yes,
out.
I hate that.
And I was talking with Jim this weekend, and
Who? I don't know him. Who's that?
he said he don't know you either.
I haven't spoken to him for I don't know how long.
He said he don't even know who you are.
Uh,
You're dead to
he's
him.
just someone that he answers. I'm just someone he answers on Twitter every once in a while.
Yeah. Uh, but I can't remember what he said, but it was so funny. Like, oh, I didn't realize y'all had that down in South Georgia. He might have wrote it, but anyway, I did actually talk to him this weekend. Doing good. Hey Jim, screw you, going home.
See, I would never say that.
That's the kind of relationship Jim and I have though. Like I hate
Yeah,
him because he's a Canadian,
and
you know,
British.
and oh he's British. I thought he was Scottish. um,
I actually, speaking of him, I in my Facebook memories today was the long post. Well, not really a long post, but kind of long post I wrote right after joining Knights of the Braille and how happy I was to finally have a D&D game because I always wanted to play it since I was little.
I have to see if I can find that and read that if you shared it.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
on. I didn't share it, but it's on my. I will share it actually.
and then you joined the campaign that I ran, and you haven't looked back.
And now my Knights of the Braille participation is tied up with you in both campaigns, and I couldn't be happier, to be honest.
Uh, I think I run a fairly
That really
interesting.
took a turn. I was going to try to make a joke, and there was like no joke to make. So
So you can't make fun of me, sir. I think I run a fairly interesting and
yep,
fun campaign.
I would.
Everybody that plays seems to enjoy it.
And if they don't, they leave. So all good.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, And was talking with mostly blind gamer, and uh, he said he still has trauma from something that I did in the Star Wars campaign that he still hasn't gotten over yet.
What did you do to him?
Well, yeah, in the campaign, his little Ewok had a girlfriend that really liked him, and uh, the big bad was there and had supposedly killed her, and he was all upset. And like, I don't know what I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
and I don't know when to keep playing. And then at the end of the session, it was just an illusion that she was dead. Oh, it was epic.
Yeah, I feel like that's something you would do with one of my characters, but it wouldn't be an illusion at the end.
You never know. But speaking of that,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
you no longer have Bodar.
I really, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm
He's not
interested.
dead, by the way.
No.
Everybody.
I'm interested to play the character, but I will not lie and say that I don't miss Bodar because I love Bodar. But he's not dead, and he's still going to be there. I would. It's going to be interesting it's going to be interesting to see how the person who has him plays him.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And to try to explain it to everybody. The way that I run a wish spell is you pretty much get whatever you want to. Just make sure that you say it right.
Make sure you word it right. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you word it right. And I'm not talking about like grammar and punctuation because I don't know if you're doing that right or not. And
he's from Georgia. His grammar skills are subpar.
Exactly, at best. But Zamoden had wished for them to have level 20 characters, the benefit permanently at level 20 with the benefits of a long rest without having to take a long rest.
We had to say permanently because you would have done it for like one turn and then they're back to normal.
Oh yes, I would have. And they thought they had every single loophole covered, and I granted the wish.
Well, the one you used, no one I don't think ever thought of, which is good.
Exactly. So I granted the wish, and they were all happy. Then I said, y'all have to swap character sheets now. So now Bodar will be played by
Mitch.
Yeah. I don't have those notes in front of me.
Here's the part that terrified me. He said we could switch characters, so we all talked it over. Then he's like, "You're gonna roll for him." I'm like, motherfucker, if I get a character that I don't want, I'm going to be pissed. But luckily, I got one that I wanted. So.
Which means he doesn't like some of the other players. Now
I like the players. I don't I wouldn't want to be. I won't name names, but I like the players. But there's just some characters I don't feel suit me, and I feel like the character I got suits me.
Yeah. And it's just really cool that you swapped with Cass because Bodar and Cass were so close. It was luck of the dice roll.
I would not know how to play Cream Tash effectively.
Right. But we do have a lot of fun playing Blade whenever Fernando can't.
Oh my god, yes. Just to make fun of his I want him to make it. It's not that I don't, but when he doesn't, it's hysterical to me to what we'll come up with. We can't fight them!
And we won't do anything to hurt him or anything.
No, we just fuck. It's like, we can't fight that giant dragon. He's fluffy.
I'd love to hear what they said about Aurelio because he's batshit.
I don't think anybody would ever attempt to play Aurelio.
I love he's all over the place anyway, so there's no way that you could mess up.
Yeah.
And I won't go into the last session, but where she's like, it's been 50 years, and Aurelio's like, oh, I don't care. And went in.
Yeah, I made this lady like an old crone, basically a brothel owner, and Aurelio's like, all right, I'll take a turn.
It'll be 50 gold, huh? All right.
I said 50 gold because I thought you had that. That's why.
Oh, I did, but Mitch and Aurelio wasn't gonna pay for it. I mean, he can find it other places. Right.
I tried to match everybody up, match everybody up with their type of I just thought it was funny the way we. And I'm looking forward to the gambling games tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I got to get you some of those games. I've been really busy.
Yeah, I can just Google it. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's been a crazy weekend. And let's see, and Wednesday night with the Rhymers, we'll be playing the world building game, which
I love that because it makes me think on my feet.
Yeah, I hope to record it to give everybody an example of it. I would really love to get through the whole thing. So everybody may have a time limit, and if you don't finish in your time, then
I feel like that. To me, that's the fun of it: is to think on your feet and come up with something like lickety split.
Right. It is a lot of fun. and sit here drinking coffee, trying to warm up.
I'm drinking a Coke Zero.
Those are good. Mountain Dew Zero is really good too.
Yes, it is. It actually tastes, to me, it tastes the most authentic. Like, you really can't tell it's not regular Mountain Dew.
Right. But over the weekend, I know there's a lot of wrestling fans in the blind community. Not sure if everybody has heard, but Scott Hall suffered, I think, 3 heart attacks, and
I saw multiple. I didn't know how many. 3. Shit.
I think it was 3 heart attacks, and it's on life support. And last update I got was from Stephen, who said that they're waiting on the family to come in before they unplug the life support.
How did he break his hip? Do we know that?
Well, look at all the
Because I didn't know if he was still wrestling. Was he or not?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But he's had a hard life. That
yes,
I mean, he accepted with the drugs and alcohol, but
yeah,
that's still, you know, you shouldn't want to say, "Well, I'm not feeling sorry for him."
No, because I read a story on Facebook. I actually shared. Did you see it?
I have not been on Facebook yet.
Okay, I shared it from last night. It said this independent show in Ohio booked him, and they said, we want to just put out a positive story because we saw all the negatives. He was there for a 4-day weekend, and he paid for all the gas and all the meals of the, what was it, 4? I forget if it was 4 or 6 like trainees that drove him around, because he said that he learned from Kurt Hennig. I think he said that you always have to pay it forward because you never know who's going to be on top when you're on their way down.
Right. I've heard
so Kurt just saying it wasn't like all bad.
Right. And like I said, I know he's had a hard life. I would love to like read a book if he wrote one, you know, but or one about him. But you know, thoughts and prayers definitely go out to him.
When I first started watching wrestling, I was a little late, not like an adult, but late to the party. It was basically 1996 when he was in his feud with Goldust. The first thing I ever saw on Raw was him and Goldust fighting in the snow outside the arena.
Oh, so you don't know about him versus the 1-2-3 Kid?
I do now because I went back, but I mean,
yeah. So you don't know about him as the Diamond Stud either, then?
I know of it. I never really saw anything of it.
Oh man, he was good. He had the look.
Razor Ramon was one of my favorites that I first like gravitated towards.
Hey yo, that's like a really bad Razor impression, but
and he would spit the toothpick.
Yeah, you got that machismo. Razor was awesome though. The ladder match with him and Shawn Michaels.
That was incredible. There's actually a rematch of that at SummerSlam in Pittsburgh. So I actually saw that. Before I was a big fan, this is funny how this works out. Before I was like a huge fan, my dad somehow had won tickets to SummerSlam, so we went, and I enjoyed it. But it's just something like I hadn't followed yet.
Yeah, I followed it for years.
But him and Shawn was that was a damn good ladder match too, from what I remember.
It was. They had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
And I don't follow as much as I used to now, mostly because I don't have cable. But yeah, like I said, again, thoughts and prayers definitely go out to to Scott Hall and his friends and family. Let's see. Trying to think of that. Really can't think of anything else really going on. The Sprawl that Matt or Blind Fury is running is still ongoing. The Mothership spots have filled up. I have 4 players.
Who's playing, or do you not want to announce?
As of right now, there's times that people have to drop out. Is Jim is going to play. Blind Temple, he's going to play. Zach, I know you remember Zach.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
He wants to play.
Our old rhymer.
Oh yes, and a player from the Play by Post campaign that I'm in. Memento is their name there. is going to play. What's up, Memento? If
That's
you're
cool that
listening,
Zach's going to play. Zach, I think he will thrive in that kind of environment, like a
I think so.
mini campaign.
And Memento is a full-on sighty, so going to be able to see how we do it. But looking forward to that. Should start up in April. It will be streamed at www.twitch.tv/Braille Nights.
Blind Temple, someone I follow on Twitter, I've interacted with a little bit, but I've never heard play a game, so that'll be interesting.
That means he doesn't like you, Temple. I apologize.
No, that's not what that means. I don't ever go on Twitch, and all of his streams seem to be on Twitch games he plays in.
You ought to. It's on YouTube too, but
What is?
The streams from the Quest of the Braille.
No, I know that. I'm saying anything he's been in before has always been on Twitch.
In other words, Temple, he says he doesn't like you. That's what I'm translating Jesse speak. I apologize.
I did not say I don't like him. I've had very few interactions with him, but they've all been cordial and positive and fine. Like, no, I have nothing against Temple.
Let's see. I think that's really about it. Looking forward to running it. It is a space horror RPG. By Tuesday Night Game, I believe is the name of the people. And you played in Aliens, which it's very, very similar to. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Their community is so welcoming and helpful.
That's nice to see.
Because I had posted
who was it
in there.
Who's right? Fernando. Was it Fernando said who was it that
Steven.
said Steven, sorry. Steven said how welcoming the Dragon Ball is.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball
which is
Discord.
Nice.
And that's so great when you come across all this frustration with other developers and things for someone who is really welcoming and wanting to help and willing to help.
Just want people to enjoy their game.
Yeah. That's what it's about,
Now, you having DM'd D&D, obviously, is there a lot different to, are you nervous about Mothership at all? Is there a lot to learn for your part of it, or is it pretty similar?
No, it's not similar at all. It's basically you roll off of checks. Instead of adding proficiencies and stuff like that with D&D, you'll roll a saves and checks. Is the majority of it. It has stress in there, which is going to be fantastic.
Those things drives me nuts. That's you weren't there that week when we did the one shot of Tasha's Kiss, right?
No.
Maybe you're on a cruise.
On a cruise, yeah.
But they have stress built into that, and I kind of tuned it down a little bit because I'm like, holy shit, this'll it really went to the horror, the stressful, suspenseful side of horror.
Right.
That was a really fun one shot. I wouldn't mind running that again, to be honest.
But you know me. But speaking of stress and all, we will be incorporating that into the Wednesday night campaign once we shift to the new world.
Okay.
Oh yes. Into the new world.
Are we starting a brand new world? I forget. Or do you have the notes for the... Okay.
Yes, we're going to start a new one.
Right.
And I know there was something else there. But I really like the stress mechanic because even in real life, I mean, you're getting stress and how do you deal with it? And people deal with it differently. Me, I read or
I deal with the little pill I take every morning.
I bet it's a blue pill, ain't it?
I actually don't know what color it is, but I'm assuming it's not blue.
Oh, it's a blue one.
But I do get all kinds of spam emails for that, and it's like I don't have that problem.
Ain't that crazy? And
it is, and I also my mom.
Your mom gets them too?
No. My mom signed up, was trying to find. She had to switch her health insurance, so she was trying to find out about Medicare and stuff like that. Yeah. She gave my email by mistake. Didn't realize that she thought it was signing up, but she subscribed to some new. I get all these fucking emails now wanting me to join AARP. I'm like, I'm not old enough.
I feel it sometimes.
And like, there's no unsubscribe on it. And it's just like, oh.
Let's see.
Speaking of that, we were over at my, well, we're not married, but my in-laws, Katie's dad's house yesterday. And we were talking about that, and I was saying about the emails I get, and her stepmom starts laughing. She goes, I even get those emails, and I'm like, these are for you, Bruce. For the little blue pill. I was cracking up.
Hilariousness. The audio drama is being worked on. You got somebody going over the script. I've had 2 people sign up to be voices, both Lucia signed up to be. She's going to be an elven cleric. Really interested in participating in this. And Temple, which Jesse doesn't like.
Who else said they were going to sign up for that?
I'm speaking, sir. Silence. I kill
you. It's
but Temple, who Jesse doesn't like, is going to be doing a dwarven barbarian or / fighter. Let's see. I think that's really about it that's really signed up for it. So, what was you saying?
Someone else told you. Yeah, I'm hacking up the lung because I told you I would do it.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't get that email, and I told people to send me an email.
Yeah, but we talk on WhatsApp all the time. I told you I would do it.
Yeah, folks, he expects special treatment. Bless him.
Do you actually not remember that I told you I'd do it?
Oh, I did, but I was just making fun of you because you didn't send the email like everybody else did.
Well, why would I have to send an email when we literally talk every day?
Because that was the request to send an email. So I
don't give a shit.
See,
I'm special, damn it.
He expects special treatment.
It's my birthday on Monday. No, I'm just kidding. I'll email you.
Nah, I don't want to hear you whining anymore. But let's see here. I think this is the name of the file. So let's see if it is. Take a seat and listen for Jesse's reading recommendations.
I actually have the title and the author here. I'm good to go. Is it both our recommendations or just mine?
It's just yours, or I can give a recommendation too, although I don't have one.
My recommendation for this week, it's probably legit in my top 3 novels I've ever read. The audiobook is phenomenal, read by Jim Dale. It is not Harry Potter. It is The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. A book has never captured me with its vivid imagery and its vivid descriptions. I felt like I was in the circus. I think you said you read it before. This book is legitimately, one of the top 3 books I've ever read. And I don't like to reread a lot because I like to just push forward and read more new stuff, but I definitely have to check in and read that again. And they've always said there's always been rumors they're going to adapt it to movies or TV. This is one that I feel like it would, the words, if they go by the book, or everything's there to the descriptions and everything to make the movie, but I'm afraid of what they would do with it. So I recommend The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern as today's official recommendation.
Let's see here.
I think you've read that, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I'd have to look back and make sure.
It obviously didn't make an impact on you like it did me.
Well, I know I've at least added it to my wish list because I love Jim Dale.
He just brings this. It's cliche, but he truly does bring it to life. It's phenomenal. His reading is phenomenal.
He is. He's awesome.
Each week, Jim Bob goes out to round up the most interesting animals, beasts, and monsters so that you can be better prepared. So get ready for Jim Bob's Crittering time!
Well, hey everybody. Hey Jesse.
Hey, Jimbo, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm finding frog hair split 4 ways.
How's the weather where you're at? Is it good for crittering?
Well, right now it feels like it's Arctic crittering weather, but I'm down here in the south, in the way south. I'm
Maybe
so
you should-
close to hell you can see sparks.
Maybe you should go find a Yeti.
Well, them some ugly creatures right here.
So what
Oh.
creature do you got for us this week?
Well, have you ever seen one of them there flying snakes?
No, that sounds like something right out of my nightmares.
Well, they can be. See, I was walking along in the woods one day, and I'm like, "Oh, it sure is pretty." And I was looking up in the sky, and then, you know what happened?
What happened?
I ran into a tree because I wasn't watching where I was going. But I walked into this here clearing after I was like wiping my nose because I hit the tree, and the snake he was just flying around up there. And I said to myself, "What's the snake doing flying around up in the sky?" And he's like didn't have like real big little wings, and, but he was just like he was slithering up in the air.
That is creepy. When you hit the tree, did you go, golly?
Well,
Or
Richard
was
told me.
was
he
it
told
more
me
was
not
it
to
more
say.
adult was it more adult than that?
Let's just say it would make sailors blush.
Oh.
But these creatures, they're not very like healthy. Like I said, you could call them like a challenge of a 1/8, but
Oh, okay.
if you get a lot of them, they bite you and and you be like, "Hey, I got," and that's not exactly what you need to do. It's totally different than your other snake, but it can fly by you, and you can't hit it because it just goes past you too quick. But it can bite you, and they have a really strong bite.
Does
Because
it do a lot of damage to you?
on average, it does about 7 points of damage.
Hmm.
If you have one of them little health bars that you people that play video games talk about.
Yes, the famous health bars.
I don't get it, but anyway,
Have
I'm
you ever
actually
played a video game?
what I don't know what a video game is.
Oh, okay. Tell Richard to get you a video game.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. He's cheap. He goes on them little boats out there in the ocean.
Those are expensive, though, from what I've heard.
I don't know. He might have got your debit card or something.
Oh,
You know
hell.
him. He's sneaky.
Yeah, he's like a rogue.
No, he's too fat to be a rogue. He's more like a roll. But I better get on out of here before he comes back.
All right, man. Have a good week.
You too, buddy. See you later. Holler. No Jim Bob.
Did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
He said you might have my debit card, and I said, oh, you're like a rogue, and he said, no, he's too fat, he'd be a roll.
We may not be inviting him back up in here then.
Yes, we are. He's great.
He is pretty awesome though.
He is.
Andy.
So we usually talk about this. Have you read anything this week? I have not finished one thing that I'm in the middle of.
I have actually finished 2 books. And that was the Dragonfall trilogy. It's got 3 books in there. The first book is called The Dragon Egg, and the second one's called Dragon Codex.
How was that?
Really, really good. I got them off of Kindle a while back. For like 99 cents.
Huh.
Oh man, it's probably one of the best 99 cents I've ever
Oh, I
spent.
might have to look. And it's for the whole series?
Yeah, well, it's from this trilogy. I'm not sure if there's anything
Oh.
else after that or not, but the author, and I think his name is David. I don't have it up in front of me, but really blends magic with technology seamlessly.
Oh.
You know, oh man, it was absolutely fantastic. It's roughly like a little over 1,000 pages, I think, maybe close to 1,100.
It's not bad if it's all three
No,
books. Because, you
no,
know, I don't think you've ever read Brandon Sanderson, but I have two of his Stormlight archive books, and it's like I need to get into these, but I need to also make time in my life for an 1,100-page book.
right. But okay, there's a difference, and you'll know this. There's a difference between an 1,100-page book and one that goes by quickly. These two books have gone by so quickly.
Okay.
You know, really enjoy them. Really recommend them. I'll have the name of the author next week if Jessica can remember to remind me.
I will, because I'm going to look it up myself.
But yeah, I highly recommend those. Let's see. You had said something that really grabbed my attention that I was going to mention, but I can't remember it
Brandon
now.
Sanderson?
No.
Okay.
I've tried.
Did you hear about his Kickstarter?
No.
He started a Kickstarter for like you would pay a certain amount of money and you would get his next 4 books or whatever. He's going to release 4 books next year. And I could be wrong, but it made something between like $3 and $5 million with, I forget, like 2 days or something ridiculous like that. It's the most ever pledged to Kickstarter in history.
I'm just not that crazy about his work.
Mm-hmm. I like the Mistborn. I really would say give that a chance.
Yeah.
The Mistborn series, but I don't know. I'm hooked. I do like, I like his stuff, but I could see not like Jim said he wasn't a fan of it, and I can understand that. Like I can understand not being a fan of it, but
yeah, I've tried, couldn't get into it. Just like I tried with what's that? They did the HBO series, Game of Thrones.
I read the first book, and that was it. Watched the series, but I only read the first book.
I mean, I just couldn't get.
And
into
I've never read a Wheel of Time book in my life either. That's
I've tried. I just couldn't get into it either. But it's all good.
Yep.
I think that's really about it for this week. Thank you everybody for listening.
Yep.
Remember to like, share, and as I say, subscribe.
That's right.
This episode is brought to you by the Knights of the Braille and is made possible through the support of viewers such as you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to get all of the latest information and episodes. Thank you.